good now. Good Monday morning. Good now.
Actually, this Monday morning from Galactic Productions.
This is that show.
This is that show on Galactic Productions.
Hey.
English ilikuja na Mary.
Karikuja na Mary.
This language came on a ship.
It arrived.
There were no even planes for those days when it came.
It didn't fit on
So
a jet
I
fighter.
said in instead of on. Or on instead of in. Please don't correct me. Just allow it.
Let it flow. Let it flow.
This is that show.
I am AfroFabb.
And me myself, Night Atieno.
Yes.
Tunawakaribisha leo kwenye this edition of that show.
Oh yes. Happy New Week.
Happy New Week.
It's smack in the middle of the week.
Okay, let's not say that.
Yeah, you made it. You made it to another week.
It's almost Wednesday again.
Oh my God. Yeah. Today we fika pale katikati.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for those who've already joined us.
Yes.
If you know somebody who would
like to be here,
share this.
Share the link, tag them, invite them, host a watch party, let everyone know what you're enjoying.
Every week,
Carla
and Kenyana, namely,
yeah, na Gloria Mora. Anazidi kuiva Mora. They're always on time. Earlier ufika wanaambia watu weka pale, mimi nishaka hapa. Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
We welcome you all again to this edition of that show.
On a Monday
morning. And
tuko hapa kila asubuhi. We're here. I mean, kila Monday. Oh my God. Now let's feel like I'm with these people every time. I am enjoying it. And Friday, 9 a.m. East African time.
AKA
Eat.
Anyway, today we're going to dive
straight into it.
And start where we left off on Friday. On Friday, we were talking about Andrew Kibe's video, which was saying how men are suffering out here, which was saying how people are able to afford their loans, are able to afford their cars,
how their fathers are not leaving them jobs.
But we're not going to where their fathers are not leaving them whatever they're supposed to be leaving them. Those are luxuries that most of us don't even have.
Yeah.
But where I was going to go with this was, we're talking about relationships on a Monday, and today we're going to talk about if these men are unable to provide this, why are they unable to provide it?
Yeah.
Is it because their burden is too great? Yeah. Is it because perhaps the people they're married to expect too much?
Yeah, you'd find those spouses who just sit there eating.
Are we balancing this act?
Yeah.
Are
we sharing roles?
Exactly.
Are we splitting it somehow?
Are you as the lady of the house saying, changu ni chetu na changu ni changu?
Na changu ni changu, I know.
Are you into that with that attitude?
Yeah,
because this is Suicide Awareness month.
Yeah.
And every 2 hours, a man kills himself.
Imagine.
A man. We are
hatujahesabu madem.
We're just talking about men here.
Yeah.
Boy
child anasaulika sana, unajua.
I'm a great advocate for the boy child. I'm a great advocate for everyone, but mainly I'm a great advocate for the boy child because in Africa especially, men are taught to be men.
Kuwa mwanaume nani? Mwanaume hachoki, mwanaume ali. That mwanaume is still a human being.
Why do you want to hear about your problems?
Why are you whining so much? Exactly. No, he's human, man.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if I want to cry, I'll cry. If things are hard, I'll talk about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And men are not even allowed to talk about it because it is taboo to show weakness.
Then someone comes home and you start telling him, what kind of a man are you? Why can't you provide this? Why can't you provide the other? So and so is going on a holiday. Why can't we go on a holiday?
Yeah.
Are we never going to do anything? Why can't we have to?
Why are we always doing the same things? Why are we always doing ordinary things?
Exactly. Why can't you buy me a car so that when you're not here, I can go do whatever? I'm like, okay, listen.
Sweetie, flip the script then. If you want to do something extraordinary, you initiate it. You make an effort. You do it. Treat the guy for once. Exactly. Don't always wait to be done for.
Yeah, and not just a matter of treating. Let's be fair. You know? There are ladies out here who have jobs.
Yeah.
She has a job and she's probably earning very good money.
Sure.
Yeah. The man brings in what he brings in. Lakini wewe, you want to budget with just his money because he's the man of the house.
Chako ni chetu, changu ni changu.
You know what I mean?
That's the worst mentality.
Your money is for the salon, for your hair, for your nails.
The chamas.
For the chamas. Chamas you're joining is just when the udaku na hakuna tunakusaidia.
Exactly.
By the time uko kwa chama, umekuwa
grow
more than 2 years. Na haujajenga kitu yote
a gossip club too.
You know,
Just.
kwa sababu sasa hiyo chama yenu ni ya kwenda tu mlete pesa pamoja mkifanya nini?
And eat and
Mkileta
just
tishu na pesa
na sabuni.
na maujinga. Na tishu. You know?
Yeah.
Kama hii chama haitanisaidia
If it's not growing you, there's no point.
You know,
There's
kama
no
hii chama
point.
hainisaidii kwa hii nyumba yangu
Yeah.
kupunguza gharama kwa hii nyumba, hiyo chama ni nini?
Bora ukae home.
Uko kwa chama na bado tu endman unaenda kuuliza huyu msee.
Haujalipa rent.
Chama.
Bas. Unajua chama iko next week na hujanipatia ile pesa na ulisema utanipea pesa ya chama.
You know.
Babe, uko hiyo chama peke yako.
Exactly.
Like it's just like the way this guy can decide. I want to go hang out with the boys. I'm going to the clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's his thing. Unaona? So you've decided chama is your thing.
Yeah.
Let it be your thing. Igaramie mwenyewe.
Yes.
Unaona? Don't drag this guy into it.
That's it.
Unaona? Because at the end of the day, in all fairness, saa zile utapatiwa hiyo do ya chama. It's your money. You won't even tell him how much you got.
Yeah.
You won't even share what progress has been done, if any.
Yeah.
Unaona? So it's your thing.
Yes.
Igaramie.
Yeah.
Sawa. So because he's not going to come to you, okay, depending on the relationship you have, he's not going to come to you and ask you, babe, nisaidie thought on naenda kwa club.
Yeah.
Because that's his thing. So stop being mean.
I just think
it's not fair.
It's very unfair that some women expect the man to provide for everything. Like everything. There's so many things we can do out here to reduce the stress, the financial responsibility in the house, the stress of being in that relationship, in that house. You know what I mean? That kusema tu kweli mtu aezi tu kuketi angoje kupewa. You know what I mean?
It's boring hata kungoja tu kupewa. Do something. Exactly. Yes, those chamas you go to when ufanya catering huko basi. Hizo samosa zako ziuze huko, pika mandazi, unajua? Exactly. You're going to inspire somebody in that chama, by the way. Yeah. But
like everyone has a talent.
It's true.
Make that talent pay for
it's
you,
true.
even if you're somebody who stays at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing like the person who stays at home does nothing.
Yeah.
No. Because there's a lot to be done, especially when you have kids.
Oh.
If you're a stay-at-home mom, it's hard work.
The chores never end.
Exactly. They never end. But let's also remember that there are stay-at-home moms out here who also have people to help them, like somebody
siblings,
not siblings even. Like they have somebody who comes in and helps with the kids, who cleans, who does everything. So you've got all this paid for you. What are you doing?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Ukona msichana wangu akukuja leo sasa nilikuwa lazima niamke nipike breakfast.
Unajua?
Lakini sasa sije yuko and you have that extra time.
That extra time. Where is it going?
You know
where is it being channeled to?
What are you doing to reduce, and especially this time of Corona, what are you doing to reduce the burden, the financial burden on that household?
Yeah, because everyone is feeling this pinch. Everyone is feeling this pinch.
What I mean?
So you can imagine, like, fine, you're a stay-at-home mom, and there's there's the help. They come in to help with the whatever work. You have extra time. Be smart. Use that time wisely. Do something. Hizo passions zenye ulikuwa nazo zenye kumeka kwa shelf. Like breathe life into them again. Because again, we're not saying those chamas are bad. You're an event planner. Work. Start with those. No. Anza tu na kitu.
Like by the way, all I'm saying is, why I mentioned the chama is, this is something that most people do as a social thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like very easily you'd go to a bar and sit and chat and.
So then you come, you do your merry-go-round. Kila mtu anatoa yake ile anatoa. All I was saying was, wale watu wa kungoja, pia bwana yako bado
akupatie, and it's your thing.
You know what I mean?
Unaona? It's tarehe yako,
Lakini hata kama anakupatia pesa ya chama, hiyo chama kama inaleta pesa kwa nyumba. If it's benefiting this house, then it's fine. You can tell them, listen, hii chama ya X amount. Hii pesa tunaweza fanya nayo. It's just about communication. Si atu unakuja na mbele nipatie pesa ya chama na hajui hiyo pesa ya chama inaenda kwenda wapi.
Exactly. Ni nini? Unajua?
Mtu already sahi during this corona time.
Aliparent.
Maybe mshahara yake ita imepunguzwa.
Bas. Unaona? There's pay cut there. Akona rent bado. There's maybe if there's a car in that house, it needs to be serviced. Maybe the kids have online classes and whatnot. There's guys in that family still have to be fed. So kuna gharama. You at least try and minimize the expenses. Jaribu kupunguza. Alafu utapata maybe the guy has to, he sat down by them and research is like, yo, we can't afford this anymore.
Yes.
The moment you told that, hi, kufura, the drama in that house.
Yes.
And this guy is just being honest.
Yeah.
So, ladies, because leo tunalilia boy child kidogo. Leo tunalilia boy child. Yeah, because mainly it's on them. Yeah.
But it's mainly in our society, men that earn more.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So therefore, and a lot of ladies are still staying at home.
Yeah, still staying at home.
Yeah. You know?
So, if you see your guy, like again, like you said, it all boils down to communication.
Yeah.
He's told you his truth.
Yes.
He's said, hey, yeah, we're on a tight budget.
Yes.
Let's sit down, let's discuss. If indeed that man is going to come back and help us as a household, make him understand. Because probably he doesn't understand. Because you can imagine most guys just think, these jamas are just things that mamas go sit and chat and talk about nothing and just eat. Make him understand, babe, this money is going to help us here, there, and there. Tutafanya nayo shopping, at least this month will be okay. Ama maybe itapunguza nini tutalipa rent kiasi fulani, you know. So, and whatever investment you have, you can go invest it elsewhere. So, just try and make him understand.
And even those ladies who have iodemia, and I'm not going to talk about just ladies now. I'm going to talk about both sides. Yeah. You both have jobs. You both have agreed, wewe utagaramia hapa, huyu atagaramia hapa.
Yes.
Lakini sasa inafika point, huyu sasa anaweza kufanya investments zake huko nje. So therefore they have more disposable income that is not coming into the home. And this other one starts doing vitu zake. So now the household is starting to suffer.
Is suffering, yes.
Because one is not working with the other. You know what I mean? Or
it's just going out,
than the other.
You
see? And the biggest cause of conflict, not just within a family home, but most relationships, it's money.
It's money. It's always financial. Like, you know once there's financial friction, it's a problem.
Exactly.
It's a problem.
You know what I mean? So basically, it's then like, oh, I'm doing more than you. So it's just about having that balance and having a point where you feel like even if you're not bringing in financially, you are making what is being brought in go long.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes, reduce wastage, plan better.
Hii 20k utaifanyaje
extend,
mtu mwenye anaitoa pia yeye
asifeel nika ana fork out tu saa zote.
Ukiambiwa ni hiyo 20k unajipangaje na hiyo 20k?
Exactly.
You see what I mean? Utafanya shopping ya how much? Ama ukiambiwa ni 30k utafanya shopping ya how much? Hiyo shopping ita plus how much less waste can we have in this house? Chazi zimwe pale kuna mtu. Maji isi mtu asioshe mkono asante paka sabuni bado ameshaka.
Bado maji na run, cause the meter is counting, counting. So that's wastage. Because one shilling wasted, it accumulates. Because you can imagine it's one day. You can imagine at the end of day 30. That's money lost.
You compound it. Over the next 2 years.
It's a problem.
You know what
that's
I mean?
Too much money
so
lost.
It's just for me. I think like when in relationships, the communication matters a lot. However, when it comes to money, it should be even. And not just money with those people with kids. It should also be even. You should feel like the other person is present in the upbringing of these children. You know, you don't always have to be the one who's always washing who's always feeding the kids. If somebody is home, let them spend time with the kids. Let them go to the garden if you have a garden. Let them go for a walk if it's that. You know, because it's not just about money when it comes to even yoking in relationships. It's being just
there physically, sharing. Because you can imagine, like, maybe as the mom, you cook the food and then at least you call upon their dad. You're like, come and give these guys food. It's a simple thing. But you know, the kids also see, daddy is involved. Just like, daddy had to pay our food. Like, mom, you cooked. Maybe they usually hit them later, like, oh, mom is the one who cooked. No, dad is the one who gave us food. And maybe you can imagine, maybe he's not been there. Probably he's working, you're a stay-at-home mom. He's been at work 5 days. But this one day, he brings them food to the table, changes everything. Because they feel like this person is present. And as the mom, you also feel, okay, he sorted something out. So it doesn't have to be that big. It starts small. Just start small. Whatever it is. Unajua, saidia tu pali unaweza. Zile za like, okay, can I tuck them in? Can I read them a story? Or unataka nini nikusaidia?
It's little things. In the family.
Because you'd find, there's a meltdown that was just about to happen. And you just saved it in the nick of time. So Don't worry. It might look small, but trust me, that small thing is going to help the other person feel a whole lot better. And again, teach your children how not to waste things.
That's it.
Because you'd find, fine, you're used to having in plenty.
Yes.
But as Corona has changed a lot of plans and whatnot,
Yes.
now we have to be more careful. We have to use things sparingly.
Yeah.
Story ya kuwaste, those are like you're used to having half the loaf.
Yes.
Unapunguza kula slice tatu, kula slice no,
Talking
unajua.
about half a loaf. This is how my brothers used to eat bread. Look at and gave up on it. They used to take the loaf and squeeze it
into one big slice.
like one big slice. And
Mother
literally
Joe.
that thing would then fit into someone's hand.
3 bites, 2 bites. How
And you
it's gone.
You know what I mean? Like if your family was eating like that before things were hard.
And at least
you
that
know
time,
what I mean?
that time bread was a healthy chunk. Si kama sahi, it's just
It's all
let's move on.
zero nutrition.
Like tripe.
Wacheni kukula mkate. Kuleni kwa shida.
But it's true. It's more filling though.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you see again, like that's the other thing, because you can imagine, bread is expensive.
How much is bread? How much is
70
bread?
bob,
I don't eat it.
50 bob, 70 bob. Yeah, imagine.
A loaf of bread is 70 bob.
Imagine.
50, 70.
Yeah.
50 bob for the
And that one for 50 bob is not enough. Like, yo, me, you, and DJ Ray would kula that bread and still look at each other like, oh, me kula slice me.
bread is 70 bob.
Yes, imagine.
3 ndomas are 100.
Exactly. That's what I was about to go to. Because you're like, you sit down and weigh, unajua. Because you're used to buying 2 loaves of
3
like.
ndomas are 100.
Exactly. And it's going to feed you now.
And
It's
it's
going to
not
be
small
filling
ndomas.
and.
For those who don't know what a ndoma is, it's an
Arrowroot.
arrowroot. For those who
Arrowroot.
don't know what an
Tubers.
Google is your friend.
Google is your friend. Tubers, nani. Unaona? Because you can imagine healthy food, more filling. You go for a couple of hours because
And loaf of bread is
bread.
70 bob.
Imagine now you know. Now you know people who don't eat bread in this country. Yeah.
100
Yes. Yeah.
for a loaf of bread.
For a loaf of
30
bread.
slices
Imagine. Just imagine.
of no nutrition. I'm in shock.
I am only a night Atieno.
That is true.
But-
There's zero nutrition in bread. Stop eating it. And especially those people who put blue band on bread.
Oh man.
Stop it. You're feeding your family's poison. Blue band is poison. Anyway.
Buy sweet potatoes,
Those
buy
are my
nomas,
views.
buy
Those
and they
of
last
Lucky
longer.
Productions or that show.
Yeah.
If you look at Blue Band is trans fats. If you want to know anything about trans fats, either see me on the site or please just Google trans fats.
Google is your friend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Google what trans fats is. Aki, wacha nikwambie kitu.
Yeah.
If you put a Blue Band out there
Yeah.
where they slice
Yeah.
and they land on it for weeks and weeks and weeks, itaoza.
Okay.
Itanuka, lakini haitaoza.
Okay.
And that's what you put into your system. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Moving on.
Share your
swiftly.
duties, man.
Yeah.
Don't be stingy. Don't be mean.
We were going to talk about, like we've talked about men who are working and bringing in, and women who are stay at home, but we were going to talk about working wives.
Yeah. Switch the role kidogo.
You know,
Yeah.
not just working wives so that men stay at home, but really having that constant pressure of being a working
A
woman
working woman.
with the family,
Yeah.
with kids, with a husband, you know.
Homely responsibility.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah.
Like I know somebody who said to me the other day, unajua, niko na stress kwa sababu sina msichana na lazima niamke nitayarishe my husband.
Yeah. Firstborn one, I hung firstborn. Hey! Alright.
Well, you know, in our day,
Yeah.
it was expected because most of our dads worked and our moms didn't. This is a person.
So that's the setup
with
we
a
grew up in.
full-time job
Yeah.
in our generation who
With
has
children.
to wake up at 4 a.m. to prepare everything and still have to
Prepare herself to go to work.
on time.
Yeah. And get to work
I
and
think it's
deliver.
very unfair.
It is.
I think it's very unfair. It's not about traditions or traditional values. I think it's just very unfair that women are still expected to do all the family duties and go to work and contribute equally within the home, and men still don't see that as a problem.
Oh, mwanamke. But I paid the rent, but I
when
did,
you married me, you did not get a housemaid. That is not what was.
You're not paying for services.
But also, for us women, let's stop complaining without compelling people to do different.
Again, it boils down to communication.
You know what I mean?
Unajua?
Mimi naenda complain ya mabesti yangu. Nitaenda kwa chama, I complain about how my husband is so bad, he never helps us, But we've never had that conversation. At the end of that chama, you still go back and do the same thing you're complaining about. Exactly. We've never had that conversation. It's not like I've sat him down and said,
babe, this
Baba Leoni, hii kazi is too much.
It's too much, yes. Hii kuamka 4 kidogo inanilemea.
Hii kitu, I know we've always done it like this, but now we're getting older. Things are harder.
That's another thing.
I have more responsibilities at work or in the business. You know what I mean?
The kids are older now.
We're alone.
Would
it be possible for you to lift a friggin' finger?
Do something, man. Do something. Amka upige nguo zako pasi ujinani tukutane.
Chai iko kwa nini? Mimi naenda kujitayarisha. At least jiwekee chai kwa kikombe.
Polish your shoes, iron your shirt, do something.
When you were in school, you did your own polishing of shoes, you did your own stuff.
For a long time.
You found a wife, you think that she is your, like she came to take all
servant.
the things that you did not want to do in your life. You think that is now on her.
It shouldn't be like that. It should not be like that. A relationship is a partnership.
Just the same way as we women are now going to work to lighten the load in the family. Guys, please, style up. Lighten the load in that family. Because when you lighten the load for that ladies who are working, when you lighten the load for that man, when we lighten the load for each other, it becomes
we are happier.
So much
everything, everything else. It's so simple.
Because everyone, the adults in the house are happy. The children
are happy. And systems are working.
You know
like there's a system to be followed, so it's almost like a no-brainer. You know, you check in, you do ABCD. I check in, you do ABCD.
Guys, let's just talk. It's a different world. You know, it's a new world. Things are different.
It's a different
because.
As is, imagine life is expensive. Like everything, the price is just going high and high and high. And as a stay-at-home mom, I just sit there and wait and wait and wait, and then of course I keep complaining. I go to the salon and I do everything. I wake up at 4-5, but that's my contribution because maybe we decided, okay, you bring in the money, I take care of the house. Then it gets to a point I'm like, okay, this guy is suffering. These guys are a lot older. They can sort themselves out on a couple of things. I get a job. Fine. Nilikuwa naamka saa 11 kukushughulikia. Be like, okay, sawa. Sasa saa hii sote tunaenda kazi. Where at least, okay, nikiamka make breakfast. You're showering, you're sorting out your outfits and whatnot. By the time you're done dressing, your breakfast is ready. I go get dressed so that maybe he has to drop me off at work. We leave at the same time, so we're not wasting each other's time and we're not rubbing each other wrongly in the morning. So, communication. Beba tu mzigo kidogo. See, like you'll realize your partner will be a whole lot happier. You will be a whole lot happier. The kids, like life will just get a whole lot better for you guys. So try.
DJ, see
them. Chochote utataka. Sweetie. Ukishaniambia asubuhi na uniambia babe have a good day. I will have a very beautiful day. Hata hiyo mvua inyeshaje, that sun will shine. Mimi. Hey, boy child. Oh, boy child. Oh, good.
Anyway, talking about boy child.
Good morning, Shiti.
Good morning, boy child. Karibuni naona Auntie Mary Omodo aliingia hapo.
Auntie Mary wa show. Good morning, Auntie Mary. There's one Joel Mushai has waved. Ametuma za hewa. Na ameingia na kags wambo. Karibuni sana. Welcome to that show. We are that show. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and
Friday
at 9 a.m. East African time. Sana. Eat. Yeah?
Karibuni tena.
Oh, thank you so much for tuning in,
Mondays,
guys.
we talk about relationships here.
Yes.
On Wednesdays, we talk about
Business
personal
and wellness.
development,
Yes.
wellness.
Yeah.
And on Friday sisi hukasirika.
Where?
Sisi tunakasirikana tunasema yote.
Where?
Yaani tunaongea
Chills filters tunachanga pale kwa mlango.
Na filters zinatoka.
What is taboo? What is taboo?
No filters, no taboo.
Tunapelekanga kule mbali nani? Yeah.
Hiyo na Friday tunawakaribishana.
We let it go.
Give us your topics.
Sindio? That thing that pisses you off. Amaya has been pinching you since Monday.
From the fact that now our schools are closed and politicians are having rallies.
I know.
From the fact that now they are closing the bus but they're still having rallies. From the fact that Atuezi and Adunda and politicians are still having rallies. From the fact that I have to wear a mask every day during exercise and politicians are having maskless rallies.
And the fact that there's still no PPEs at the hospitals.
Yeah. On that note,
today
from
we are.
The fact that they're still allowing people to come into the country on those little tin.
I know.
And children are not in school. And they're still having maskless rallies.
Shame.
That is on Friday.
Shame.
Going back to our topics.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame.
Shame of you.
Shame on you. Shame on you. I'm just saying. Shame on you.
Anyway, let's dive back into.
Let's go back to one a good vibe. Yes.
I think this corona
Taboo or no taboo? It's not taboo.
This corona has created a lot of stay-at-home. Because a lot of people who are depending on jobs.
Hebu kaeni home tu kwanza, alafu inoma ikisha clear, mnaweza come.
Because in this African setting especially,
Yeah.
women are more resourceful. Wamama wamesema nini? Wacha niende nikauze nyanya.
Si mimi nitauza tu mboga tu, sindafungwa tu hapa, nitandike leso yangu hapa chini, niuze mboga, niuze hizi waru zangu mbili.
Tusamosa zapa, wacha niuze hapa samaki.
Kuna vitunguu ziko hapa nyingi, wacha niweke.
Dongi kai, si uko hapa, wewe na watoto niende.
Hebu kaa hapa, mimi niende hivi nikam, naenda kukam na mboga literally.
Yeah.
No. So kuna wanaume mumetolewa comfort zone kidogo mkae kwa zone nyingine.
And there are those dads who literally stepped up.
Oh,
They have stepped up. And there are those dads who, yes, they still have their jobs, but they're working from home.
Yes.
And they've stepped up because what they always wanted was to spend some time with
yes.
them. And this has afforded them
that opportunity, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To spend that time with the family.
So even like hiyo tulikuwa tunasema taboo or no taboo, it's not a taboo because you've learned how to work from home.
Yes.
And you're at home with your kids.
Yeah.
Never stayed home, Dad. It's a good thing. At least you're working from home. Unaona, you're still earning your money. Don't get it wrong.
But it's not really. That's not what a stay-at-home dad is.
Uko training nani. But lakini mimi I think nafurahia sana because you can imagine I grew up in that same setting. Lakini hapana, both my parents are going to work.
Exactly.
But at least we saw more of Mother because Father would come in later because Mother would come in like a whole lot earlier, 2-3 hours earlier, and then Dad checks in like hours later, and you're like, and they'd work up to what? My parents were working back a Saturday.
For me, I can say,
but
our dads had 9 to 5s. But most of the time, the jobs ended
was
at
9 to 9.
8:30 to come home for the 9 o'clock news.
Walikuwa wanakabali wana revise gazeti wanaisoma sasa like mwanaume aingi nyumbani mapema.
There's a very big difference between like how we were brought up and how we grew up than what we're seeing now. And I think we still have those guys now who they come here
still
to the
follow the same
to come drink all day. Like it's so shameful.
Mwanaume lazima aingie nyumbani na giza.
You've got a wife at home and you come spend the little money that you've got in this time drinking.
Buy hiyo nyama enda nayo home ikulwe home.
What's at a year? I'm like, what's so bad in these houses that
you don't have to go home? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or is it just peer pressure because your mates are out here drinking? You want to come out here
you
drinking?
have no business.
But how is it serving your family? You know what I mean?
You have
in
no
this
business.
time where you've been given this opportunity, like this is a golden opportunity
Imagine.
to rectify what's been going on or wrong
In your family,
with our African setting,
yeah.
where and then just in the world generally, where dads are so absent,
Yep.
where parents are so absent, you know, but mainly dad.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
kids
now,
are growing
now
up.
you'd find that more dads are finding out about their kids. Like, ati, how old are you again? Wait, si mtoto alikuwa tutu hapa the other day. Hey, he's 12 now.
It's like those dads who go to their kids' birthdays and they live together in the same house.
Yes.
And then they call them,
I got you a gift. Nani?
Daddy, come here. Uncle so and so is asking you how old you are. Not because he wants to ask the kid, but because he honestly
It doesn't know, like, yo.
And then,
now they know.
when your kid grows up and talks back at you because you're a faithless father,
I did this
and that and the
other. And I was
you
very
did what
this.
you're supposed
I
to do.
provided.
You bought
Yes, you
food,
provided.
You put a roof over our heads.
Yes.
And paid school fees.
That was
is your
it.
job. That's
That
not
was
a favor
it.
to your kids.
That was it. But spending time,
You know?
ati umekuja ati.
That's not a favor to your kids.
That's your responsibility, Nani.
Exactly.
You brought forth this human being,
Exactly.
and it's your job to raise it until it is an adult. Until you tell them, my time and you.
You know what I mean?
Kidogo imefika
And
mwisho.
then because
Me and you, we
Yeah.
part ways here. This junction means
Yes.
you go that way, I go
And
this
I go
way.
this way. You know?
Tutakutana ile junction ingine.
Exactly.
Unaona?
I think it's time that we all started thinking about our responsibilities within the home. You know what I mean? We've talked about being balanced in terms of at least what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
We're not saying let's reverse gender roles. All we're saying is if gender roles have been forcefully reversed by us women having to go to work, guys also have to step up and do their bit in their home.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. You're not helping out.
Yes.
You're doing your bit.
Yeah.
When you stay with your children at home and your woman goes out, you're not babysitting.
You're taking care. You're raising your own children.
You're doing your bit to raise your children.
It's your duty. You're their parent.
You know what I mean?
Si kazi ya auntie na mam peke yake.
Ati, you get? Are you coming up? No. Ati, I'm helping the mama today to take care of the kids. I'm helping. No.
You're helping. No. I have the kids today.
Yes,
So
that's
sikuji.
it. Exactly.
Period. Leo niko
Leo
daddy
niko daddy
daycare.
daycare.
Bas. Leo niko mommy daycare. Leo niko daddy daycare.
You know what I mean?
It's not a favor.
With my kids today, I'm not
Exactly.
doing my wife or my girlfriend or my woman a favor. We lay down, we make these kids together. How do we raise them together?
No.
How do we create stability in this family in a way that hatugongani hivi?
Juu kesho hiyo bado itakuwa tu hapo. Hawa tu ile attitude yenye watapata hapo kidogo itakuwa boss. And guys, kuosha nyumba, kuosha nguo, kuosha vyombo doesn't mean ati gender roles nini. Boss, usafi ni usafi. Kama nyumba ni chafu, fagia nyumba, osha nyumba.
Exactly.
Kama vyombo ziko kwa sink, osha. Hizo hakuna ati hiyo ni kazi ya madema ama nini. And if better still, you're home with the kids.
Yeah.
Teach those kids how to wash dishes.
Yeah.
Say ati make them do it, teach them. But they have to see you because kids do what we do.
Yeah,
they don't listen to what we ask them. So osheni nyumba. I'm just saying you're playing your part. Like we said, it could be a little thing.
Yes.
Maybe there's just 3 dishes in the sink and you wash them. I swear nasikia ni kama umenisugulia mpaka roof.
Yes.
They're like, "Wow, aliosha vyombo." They're like,
But it shouldn't be like that though. It shouldn't be
because
like
at least you're lightening my load. Because imagine nimetoka soko, nimekuja nimepata tu bado zile vya mama kunywa nazo chai. Ziko pale kwa sink. And then I start fureng and then you're wondering, this chick is always fureng all the time. What's this? And for me, it's just that it was just 3 cups. It was just 3 dishes.
Yeah.
Au kuziosha.
Yeah.
Nisaidie tu. So
Unisaidie.
I mean, like, okay, nipunguzie.
No.
Nipunguzie hiyo load.
Nipunguzie kazi yangu. No, sikunipunguzia, sikunisaidia. These are the wrong
Do
words
it.
they're using.
Yeah. You remove your clothes and you want to leave them kila mahali.
Having relationships with children. No, pedophiles abusing children. Men who don't do their bit in their house. or the ones who do and they expect us to come and clap.
Hiyo ni ukoloni nani?
Oh, you're calling on your friend. I can imagine what Baba Johnny did today. Can you imagine he washed the dishes? He's such a good husband. No. I refuse.
Baba
I
Johnny.
refuse to celebrate people because of the little things that they should be doing anyway. Mimi hunisaidia, unitumia hiyo kikombe, unitumia hiyo sahani, unitumia hiyo kijiko, unitumia ukanigoza nikuje nikuoshe kwa nini? Mimi ni mama yako. Are you 2 years old and I'm your mother? No.
On Friday we have venting Friday.
No, I am venting today. Because we need to change the narrative. And we cannot change it.
Si kazi ya madem.
Exactly.
Ulitumia
exactly. It's like you
Uliva.
Right? Everyone's eaten.
Yeah.
You go and eat.
Bas, and then you leave that dishes in the sink.
Because you brought yourself food to the
You picked up after yourself.
You went to the kitchen for yourself. So we should celebrate that. And ignore the fact that you ate and then went and put those things in the sink. Because we're gonna watch by you. No. Let us change the language we're using. How can this idea? You did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Do you get me? If
Picked
you
up
come
after
into their
yourself.
house
Yeah.
and take a glass and drink water, wash it.
Wacha kwa dish rack. Ni safi.
Do you get
Si
me?
kwa sink.
If there are other things there and somebody else was coming to wash them, you can ask. Yeah, maybe niweke yangu
Yeah.
hapo. Do you understand? Let's just style up. Kuwa mtu si kupata mbot.
It's not
You know.
hiring a help.
Exactly. And especially if I have to go out there and work as well. No, just no.
Deal with the
Style
boss,
up.
then come home and deal with you, then deal with the kids.
Style up. Because these are the things that affect family stability. These are the things that affect cohesion within the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People say a happy wife, a happy marriage or a happy life. Yeah? But also, if you're both happy, imagine how much happier the household is. Imagine how much
You're
happier
oozing
your
goodness,
kids are.
positivity, and you're just glowing.
You know what
Just
I mean?
like,
Imagine
no.
that.
And you can even inspire someone out there because they'll say like, "How you guys always so happy?"
Yeah.
Honey, we communicate better.
You know.
Na tunasaidiana. Huyu akishika huku mimi nashika huku tunamaliza haraka.
Yes.
Naona.
If you're making the bed in the morning, you've all come out of the bed. Both of you.
Oh yeah. Twende.
Shika your
Quick,
side,
fast,
shika
mind
your
us slow.
side, tumemaliza haraka,
Ukioga
tumemaliza
huko
siku.
nina iron huku tuna switch before we're leaving the bedroom at the same time.
Exactly.
Like this day is just going bam 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 bam.
You know what
Unajua?
I mean?
No time wasted here.
Kama chai hapa wewe paka
Paka bas. Poesha watoto chai kama wanakunywa chai baridi.
Usipake blue band.
Paka peanut butter
Okay,
basi.
usiseme blue band. Blue band is a band. Usipake margarine.
Bas.
Margarine, I will call it margarine.
Baadaye kwa
Yeah,
siku
because
kata
they're making
wakati.
brands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Margarine.
Imagine, shika hapa tunamaliza.
Yeah.
Tukisema ati tuko toka kwa nyumba 7:30, it is 7:30. We are in the car, we are leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's collaborative.
exactly.
It's collaborative.
You know?
Hakuna cha ati
Anyway, walking away from makasiriko. Even on Friday. Sasa,
yeah.
this pandemic imeleta a change in how we live, in how we do things, in how we interact with the world outside of our home.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people have either been laid off or been forced to work from home.
Yeah.
Now, what do? Obviously, being forced to work from home has changed the family dynamics as well. Because we're not just working from home, taking the kids to school and coming back and working from home. We're working
Everyone
from home
is
in
in
the
the same
hardest
space.
circumstances.
Yeah.
Mtoto anataka kupiga kelele hapa. Huyu mtoto
You have you the only room you can use for your work.
Yes.
Those guys are in a corner somewhere there. Wanasoma, somebody's frustrated. They can't do or something. They start crying. You're like,
Ama they start asking you. You're in the Zoom call, look over bedroom. Someone wants to ask you, what is the square root of?
I'm in a meeting. Wait, but I want to do it now. You're like,
So
yo.
guys, this thing
There's like an infant somewhere crying.
Let her place in intimate.
Bas, yani you're in
Yeah.
each other's space like
All
a
the
proper
time.
one.
You know.
Unajua?
It's been positive.
Yeah.
There's been negatives
Yeah.
of doing that.
Yeah.
However, I feel personally that the positives outweigh outweigh
the
negatives.
negatives completely, like 100%. I feel the same way too.
You know what I mean?
Because now people are finding out more about each other.
Yeah.
Guys are talking to each other,
Yeah.
like
Well, you
face to
have
face,
to.
or
Yeah.
whether it's online.
All the time.
With bus, there's a like, and you imagine, I just want to sit down and think about nothing for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to tell your person, you're like, let me just sit down for a minute and rest. Like, just, I need this space. Like, just please.
Yeah.
No. And you can imagine the other days, you'd go, like, somewhere, you'd find a cubicle, somewhere, just sitting, and just like.
Yeah.
But now, you're in that space with people, you need to learn to tell people, if it's the kids, Baba, wait.
Yes.
I'm doing something, I need to finish this, and then I'll turn to you.
That's it.
Mom, please, may I have a cup of tea? Or
Yes.
something. Like, manners pia zimerudi laini hivi, unajua. But COVID has not been, it's not all loss.
Yeah.
Because at least our personal relationships, I feel like they've been tweaked for the better, kidogo.
Yeah.
Cause,
I think people have got closer just because
Yeah.
they've had to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And at Kama, you had friends who you were previously not communicating so much with. Now you have extra time.
Yeah, now you have extra
Even though
time.
you're not meeting so much face to face,
Mm.
except those men who drink every day at the shop. So even though you're not meeting so much face to face all the time,
Yeah.
it's like you have more time. So you can text or call or say, hey, what's up? I haven't seen you for a while.
Yes.
But my biggest question is,
Yeah.
going forward, when the country opens again, when everything is happening again,
Yeah.
how are we going to go about it?
Yeah, how are we going
You know
to
what I
do
mean?
it?
Are we going to be in a position where we can negotiate
Yeah.
terms
Yeah.
to work differently?
Yeah.
So, for example, if you've been able to work from home,
Yeah.
in a situation where you've been told all along you have to come
You
to
have
the
to be
office, you
here
have to come to the
physically
office.
and oh, blah, blah, blah.
Because of how family life has suffered over the last 20, 30 odd years, will we be able to go back to the boss and say, I've been even more productive
At home, working
while
from
I've
home.
been working from home?
Yeah.
Would it be possible for me, as a parent,
Yeah.
as a person who has a family,
Yeah.
to negotiate terms so that I'm working from home, even if it's 2 days a
2
week,
days a
or
week.
3
Yeah.
days a
3
week.
days, yeah.
as long as I'm not in a client-facing role,
Yeah.
will I be able to, as a person, because these are the things that we need to start thinking about
Yeah.
as parents
Yeah.
going forward,
Yeah.
going into post-corona time.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Maybe even these are things that we need to start talking to our companies about. Maybe even talking to our groups, our teams about, our colleagues about.
Yeah.
Might we be able to say, guys, listen, yes, while we were away and it was uncertain,
Yeah.
maybe you still had to hold the premises that you were holding for us before.
Yeah.
However, 80% of the workforce has been able to work away from the office
Yeah.
in this
It's been
time.
done remotely, yeah.
We've been working remotely. Might it be
Easier and
easier
cheaper
and
for the company
cheaper
as well.
for the company
Yeah.
if, say, 50% going forward,
Yeah.
who requested to work from home,
Yeah.
as long as they're as productive as they've been during? Because if somebody's not productive, whether they're at their office or not, they should be fired. You see,
You're
But if
not
someone
bringing,
is
so you shouldn't
productive
stick.
And they're doing their jobs and they're delivering everything they should be delivering,
Yeah.
whether they're in the office or not, there shouldn't be a problem.
Because you've done your job. You've done your job, you've delivered, and
You know?
people should be able to, people should think about this.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine even at the end of the month, like even when you get paid,
Yeah,
it even gives you a better chance to plan for your money better.
yeah.
Because you can imagine there's transport costs that at least you've cut up on in any time wastage.
Exactly.
So you can imagine like Nairobi has traffic.
Yeah.
So you can imagine at least you've saved
Like
yourself
any
like,
city.
yeah. You can imagine maybe that's like half, I mean an extra hour that you've
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah.
So you can imagine instead of spending that 1 extra hour in traffic,
Yeah.
you've already started work.
Yes.
So you what do you call it? You plan your time better. So I feel like people should think about
For
this.
me,
Yeah.
especially people who have kids,
Yeah.
we should start thinking about how we approach our employers
Mm.
and say, how can we work together
Yeah.
so that I keep working from home?
From home, yes.
Even if it's not full time, 2 days.
Yeah,
a
at
week.
least 2
So
days,
that
3
2
days,
days or 3
depending
days
on.
a week, when your kids come home,
Yeah.
you're home.
You're home,
You're not
yes.
sat in traffic for the next 3
Oh,
hours.
I know. And by the
trying
time
to
you get
get
home,
home.
you're grumpy. Yeah,
Not even
You're
grumpy. By the
just
time you get
exhausted.
home, most of the time they're asleep.
they're asleep. Yeah,
If your kids are sleeping at 7, you leave work at
At 6:30, you're definitely not seeing those guys for the 5 days.
Traffic, you get home at 8. You know what I mean?
The whole week you've not seen those guys.
Maybe we should start thinking about how we are going to approach this subject with our employers. You see, because I think a lot of people haven't even thought that that's a possibility.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Post-pandemic.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A lot of companies might not have thought about it. But if we as the employees come together and think about it and think about something that will benefit both them and us.
Yes, and us.
Because at the end of the day, it's an organization, and it's the aim of an organization is to make money.
Yep.
As long as they can still make money, and we can prove
as an employee, I'm being productive on my end.
That we can be more productive working from home, happier. They can have less sick days.
Yes.
They can have. See,
there's just less crisis like all around. Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
If my child is sick, I don't have to take a day off work. I'm
sort
working
it
from
for
home.
Yeah.
So therefore, I can take an hour in my lunch break.
Yes.
Take my child
yes.
to hospital, or take them first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Still start work on time because I've avoided that traffic.
Yes.
I've avoided taking a whole day off work.
Yes. Imagine at least you're spending like 3 hours, 4 hours just traveling to work and back home. Those are 4 hours wasted.
Much less money.
Yeah.
But for you as a person, as a family person, as a parent, think about how you will spin it to your company.
Yeah.
So that you can keep working from home,
yes.
wherever possible.
Yeah.
Because it's good for everyone.
It's good for everyone. Yeah.
It's good for everyone.
Because it's not costing the company as well.
It's good for family stability.
Yeah.
It's good for mental health. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will be less depressed. People will go off sick less.
Yeah. Productivity goes.
And because the thing is, when your head is not right,
productivity
then
goes.
Your system
Your emotions.
suffers.
Yeah.
So which means you have more sickness.
So most sick days, you're always taking a day off. Oh, I was at the doctor's. Maybe by the time you get there, you have to spend like at least 4 or 5 hours.
So
wasted.
maybe, because we know that we still have this thing to go with us for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time you start tracking your productivity.
Yes. Yeah.
And start being more productive in those hours.
Yeah, be intentional. Plan yourself better.
If you have to check into work at 9 o'clock usually.
Yeah.
Sign in at 8.
Sign in at 8, yes.
For your online thing. Sign in at 8.
Yes.
To show them that, listen, I can start earlier if I'm not here.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Because that time would have been spent elsewhere in traffic.
Yeah.
So, like, you can imagine, okay, fine. Wake up early, do whatever, do your normal routine. At 8, you're sat at your station. You clock in. Normally maybe you'd start at 9, but now you start at 8, at 10, maybe you're done with work. You're almost halfway there.
Yeah.
And it gets to maybe like, say, midday, literally, umemaliza kazi.
Yeah.
Unless maybe you're being consulted for anything else. Yeah. And mentally you're okay, because you know you're more productive in the early hours. Okay, depending on how you've set your system, yes.
Yeah. Start work at 4.
Exactly. So you see, so you can imagine, because I think 8 a.m. is okay. This one is like a night runner, I tell you. But it's okay. Yeah. It's her system, it works. Yeah. So I feel like I would be more productive, because at least now I'm intentional, because I know at 8 I should be sat down. Yeah. So at least by 6 you wake up, do whatever you're doing in it. Like uko na time ya kila kitu. Unaona? By the time the kids are done with their breakfast and whatnot, maybe they have their morning classes, now you have afternoon to catch up.
That's it. You know? Yeah. I think with this pandemic thing, a lot of people have looked at it as a negative, as they've lost
it has more positives.
But let's spin it on its head. Yeah. Let's think, for everything that you've lost, how can you turn that into an opportunity?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. How can you make it work for you?
And I really, really, really emphasize on this one. Yeah. For the people who have been working from home, see how you can spin this so that you can keep working from home. Yeah. Even if it's not full time, it will be so good for your own mental health, for your family stability, for the kids. You know what I mean? For like the family, you will see.
You're doing your world a whole lot of good.
People who are seeing this thing as a negative and are home right now, think about how you can spin it on its head again and bring this as a positive thing into your family. Let this
2020 is not
that
wasted.
year that your family came together, that they learned how to be a family again if you had lost touch.
Yeah. So, 2020 has not been wasted. Nani. It's had a lot of lessons, my God.
100%.
Crash course, Nani. No, 2019 was hard. 2020. Mabadiliko of change. Point of reset. Yeah, so, because you'd even be surprised, because you can imagine if guys start having these conversations, you'd actually be surprised that people are actually going to get those 5 days to work from home, unless you have a face-to-face meeting with a client.
Exactly. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I don't know what you need.
You know, and you've got nothing to lose, really.
Yeah, true.
You just track your progress from now on.
Today is the 14th. You can sit.
If you're in a company that has deliverables, track your deliverables.
Yes.
If you can compare it to this time last year or this time in 2018, if you're still working for the same company, or even if not, but just check it.
Yeah, even if it's for personal growth.
Check how many days off you've taken sick in this time as opposed to the ones before. If your company has those statistics, look at them.
Yeah.
And if you have a team that you work with, maybe if it's your marketing thing or your HR people or whatever, sit down and look at how you can spin this to your company so that it's a positive for them and it's definitely going to be a positive for most people who've been working from home. You know what I mean? And it's definitely going to be a positive for the family, for the family unit, in my humble opinion. But as I always say, my views are just the views of Atieno, and her views are just the views
for
of
AfroFabb.
And not those of
Galactic Productions.
Or even that show, because we also have other people that sometimes visiting here, and their views
They let us know what they're thinking.
Cutting short for me today, let's think about how we are going to go forward in a positive way. Let's think about how this pandemic will serve us rather than be that year that everyone thinks was a waste of a year. Let's think about the lessons that we've learned and how they can serve us in our relationships with our families. Yeah. And on that note, Atieno is out.
I remembered something before I jump out to you. The way we were saying before, guys keep saying that 2020 was wasted. Yeah. We were able to, now that we communicate better, now we know like the relationships we want to keep and the relationships we want to like completely out of. Yeah, because you can imagine like at least now you've learned how to communicate with your family better, with your colleagues better, with your friends and relatives and whoever. Yeah. And now, being in that space of who matters in my life, now you're clearer on who's plus and who's minus. That's it. So, guys, like if you haven't really, you'll notice that there's people you communicate often to. Yes. And whatever emotions they stir in you, the positive people probably umeendelea now. Yes. The negatives umeachana now. Of which 2020 has not been lost. Yes. There's a lot of, I like to call it shortlisting. Umepunguza jam, umepunguza mizigo, umepunguza nini. And again, we've learned a lot of things. Personally, I've learned communication is a thing. And so guys, my only advice to you is try. Communication is not easy and it's not impossible. It's simple. It's simple. But it's not easy. Yes. So learn to listen, learn to talk better. Because sometimes our deliveries are usually shaky. The way I'd hear your message and the way you threw it at me, I'll get it in a different way and then I'll react. Unaona sasa hiyo ndo shida kwa sababu itakuwa tunasema twende wewe umesikia enda, so you're like so let's learn to communicate, let's learn to listen more, listen better, speak better, and be kind. Ooh, be kind to one another. Say something nice to yourself. Say something nice to yourself and then to others. Yes. Yeah? On that note, maybe come AfroFabb. I have charmed out. See you on Wednesday.
We're here on Wednesday morning.
Yes.
At
9 a.m. It's African time.
AKA
It's
and then on Friday, on Wednesday we'll be talking business matters.
Business, yes.
We have some really hot topics.
Murder like this.
Talking about the importance of financial education.
Yeah.
If something is an asset or liability.
Yeah, is it a liability?
poverty tax and how it affects us and how we can avoid it, to invest or not to invest.
Or not to
talking about
invest.
investments, getting out of debt, money saving tips, and then we'll tell you on Wednesday what we'll be talking about on Friday. On that note, thank you to himself, DJ Roy. And he's also our
producer number one. Yeah.
Atieno.
AfroFabb out. Have a beautiful day. Cheers.